back. Welcome back. Hope everyone had a good holiday weekend. This is episode 9. Back here with Justin and Joseph as usual. How's you guys doing?
Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Had a great holiday weekend. Got a good story about that once we get to it. Joseph?
What's up, everybody? It's good to be back. I still have not found Bigfoot. I've been on the look since yesterday. Just started. It's fine. Yeah, man, had a decent holiday, man. Wasn't too bad. And just glad to be back on another episode of We Three Bros.
So, before we get into the meat and potatoes, we should probably get this story out of the way.
Wait. Meat and potatoes. Can you explain what the hell that means?
No, the nitty gritty, if you will.
The nitty gritty, and now I understand. You should have hit me with the nitty gritty. Now I understand. Go, Derek. What you got, man?
So I don't know if we mentioned it or if it was just before or after, but so Justin and I went golfing last Sunday for my birthday, and he brought his daughter, and my girl Petra came with us, and it was hot as shit for one.
Jesus.
It was so hot. We started at 11:30, so right in the middle of the day. And we were going to play all 18 holes, and we only made it through 9. And we were like, I'm done. I legit had a headache the rest of the day.
Yeah, that was
hey,
a rough
man,
one.
well, when you're out golfing in your 60s, it's kind of tough to be out there for a long period of time.
You bastard.
It is.
Maybe just drink some more water next time, get some shade. You'll be fine.
So we were on the 8th hole.
Wait, I got a question. Do you guys have golf cart races? And who won?
No, his daughter drove and Petra drove. So.
Oh, okay.
Petra did come in hot on one of them, almost rear-ended them guys.
Yeah, there was some skidding tires, though, a few times.
Oh, cool. Well, if you guys didn't know, the next installment of the Fast and Furious film will be golf carts.
Family.
Those memes are killing me right now.
Yeah, that's all I see. So it was the 8th hole, and Justin was ahead of us, waiting for. I don't know. Was Petra teeing off, or was it her second shot?
No, yeah, it was her second or third shot, and we were just kind of off to the right side of where the hole was, kind of waiting. And I think you
guys were on the move. You guys were heading towards your ball.
Yeah, we were just kind of getting off to the right side, and I was like, pull off to the right a little bit further. We'll be all right over here, whatever. And next thing I know, I hear this thump and this stinging in my back.
Oh, shit.
And I look over at my daughter, and she's just crying, laughing. She's like, did she just hit you with her golf ball? And I'm like, dude, I hope that's what it was. I'm like, because I thought it was like a tree falling on me or something weird. And next thing I know, there goes this pink golf ball sliding out of the golf cart. And I look back, and these two motherfuckers are on the fucking floor, rolling around, laughing. And I'm just like, you cocksuckers, somebody could have yelled 4.
She hit a moving target right and square in the back.
Looking back on it, at least it wasn't in the back of the head.
Yeah.
I guess,
He wouldn't be in this week's episode if that was the case.
Right.
Yeah, I'd still have a headache from that one.
I was in the middle of the fairway just rolling around on the ground.
I'm like, what? Did she hit Derek too? Because I look over there and he's rolling around. I'm like, man, he went down.
Ricochet.
Yeah, right? And then I'm looking at Petra, and she's rolling around on the ground. I'm like, oh, they're rolling around over there fucking laughing. Bastards.
Oh, or that's the move, man. If you ever hit somebody, fall down immediately afterwards and act like
you're the one that got hit too.
Yeah, you got hit too. Be like, damn, did you feel that? Somebody hit me too.
It's not a bad idea, right?
Do you have a mark, or did you have a mark from?
I never looked, honestly.
Shit!
Never looked. It was right dead center, upper back. It stung for a second, and then when I realized what it was, I'm like, oh, okay, that's why that kind of hurt like that.
See, you older folks are just built different, man. Like, I would have been crying. I'd have been like, take me to the hospital now. Can you call the ambulance?
Well, at first, I was like, oh, that really fucking hurt. And I look at my daughter. I'm like, dude, that fucking hurt. And then she's dying laughing. These two are dying laughing. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess that was pretty fucking funny. So I'm up there laughing just with my head down, shaking my head like, oh, what the hell just happened?
I would say I went up there for target practice. You didn't play golf.
Yeah.
You were target
It was
practice.
target practice.
And what in the fuck? How can she hit me 100 yards away when all day before that she didn't hit a ball freaking 50 feet?
Yeah, she
You know,
really,
sometimes you just need motivation.
she
You need
really
somebody
teed
in
off
front
on
of
that
you.
one.
You know, she was trying to kill it, or me, one of the two.
Yeah, but needless to say, after that, we played one more hole and called it a day.
Well, that wasn't the reason. I would have trooped through 9 more holes. Don't get me wrong, but goddamn, it was
too damn
hot.
hot. Yeah, it was brutal that day. We picked the hottest day of the summer so far to go golfing right in the middle of the day.
Practically, we did too. What the hell?
Yeah. So, yeah. So that was our 4th of July weekend story.
I wish I had something as exciting, man. I just had to work on 4th of July, so I saw some fireworks going home. Was hoping to hear people scream because their hands got blown off or some shit like that, but
Did you
nothing like
see
that happened.
it was a goaltender from one of the hockey teams, an NHL team, died. Firework hit him in the chest and exploded.
What?
Yeah. He was like 24 years old.
Yeah, I did.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Some hockey goalie for an NHL team took a mortar to the chest and died.
Holy shit, man. That is wild.
Yeah.
That is wild. It kind of reminds me with the JPP thing.
JPP blowing his fingers off?
Dude, do you see the video or like the photos of his like hand afterwards
I saw
or
the
some shit like
photos.
that?
I didn't know there was a video.
Oh, I don't think there's a video. I think there was a photo.
Did he like forget to let go or?
Dude, I don't know. I've had fireworks blow up in my hands because I didn't throw them fast enough.
Yeah.
So I remember there was one like a fucking right in my ear. I had tinnitus for fucking whatever. Yeah, it was terrible, man. And I just remember my hand was black, like my whole thumb and like 4 fingers and stuff were just completely black, man. So thankfully, it probably wasn't as powerful, or maybe I was in the process of throwing it, but I just remember my hand burned like a motherfucker. It was all black. I couldn't hear on my right ear really well for a while. And but I've had my ears checked since, and they should be okay. But if you ever talk to me, just make sure to stay on my left side because that right side is just not happening.
So who's the old one now? Can't hear nothing.
Gotta get Joseph a right side hearing aid.
Well, if you're gonna get it, make sure to buy yourself a walker too, you sons of bitches.
Shit. Joseph, that's funny. You say the same thing. Same thing happened to me, dude. Lit that sumbitch, went to throw it, got right here, right by the ear, exploded.
Oh
and
shit!
It rung all night. Even as I fell asleep, dude. Ear was ringing. Woke up the next day, it was gone. But geez, I feel your pain.
When you're that age, like your ear can probably still recover, but at this age, if shit happens, you're fucking done. Like that's it. You're deaf. You're deaf
I was
now.
maybe 10, 11, 12 years old, maybe. But yeah.
But I think after that moment, I didn't touch a firework again. Like I knew at that moment to fucking like this shit and run away.
Yes.
Like use the little, what do they call them? I forgot what they're called, but the sticks with you light them and they have like a ember at the end.
Oh
or whatever. I forgot what they're called. Pumps or something. I don't know. But anyways, I would use that, walk up to a firework and fucking run. Like nobody's business. Or when my nephews got a little bit older, I'd be like, hey, go light it. And he'd be super excited, not knowing that it could be fucked up. And I was just like, go do that. Or just con my brother into doing it or something like that, man. Be like, yeah, I'll go light it. He'd be excited to go do it. I'm like, man, fuck that shit.
So now it's were just sparklers for you?
No, fuck that. Not even that.
Snakes?
Well, that's what I was saying. When you guys were younger, did you guys roll around with the sparklers?
Of course.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that was the thing, man. You sit there and you would fucking...
Yeah, it.
And then you graduated to shooting Roman candles at each other?
I did the Roman candle thing too. Yeah.
Yep.
So back in the day up in Caseville, there was a guy right before the Caseville fireworks, because they did them out on the pier there. He would stand like off to the side of the beach, and for I think it was like $5, you could buy 2 bottle rockets, sorry. And he would stand there in full Detroit Red Wings goalie suit, and you would shoot him at him, and he would try to block it. Best thing ever. Best $5 I ever spent in my life.
Wait, you got to shoot bottle rockets at some dude?
Yes.
Some random stranger.
Yeah. and he was in full goalie, Detroit Red Wings goalie uniform with the pads, dude, everything. He had to have been sweating so bad out there, dude. Crazy.
You know, it makes me think. It's kind of like he reminds me of those people who are in Times Square who dress up to take photos of people.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like like throughout the entire year, and it reminds me of like I saw this like robot chicken, like it was like a cutscene, right? And it was Jason Voorhees, and he was just like living his daily life, like he was getting a newspaper,
waiting
was,
for
like,
the Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. I wonder if this guy was doing the same thing.
Just waiting for 4th of July.
Normal life, and like maybe a day before he put on the uniform,
starts prepping.
Start practicing in the in the basement or outside, like, hey, throw some rocks at me or something, because why the fuck not, right? He's like, I need somebody to throw some shit fast at me. And so he's sitting there, so 4th of July comes around, he fucking runs out there super excited so the kids can like hit him and stuff. So
dude, maybe, man.
He probably
so anyway,
does.
Going back on the sparklers talk. So when I was about 8 years old, running around the yard with my sisters and my neighbors, sparklers in our hands. Barefoot this guy was.
Oh no.
Dropped that son of a bitch, stepped on it, burned a freaking 3-inch hole right up through the bottom of the ball of my foot.
Ouch.
Went all the way through.
You stepped on it?
Yeah, sparklers don't stop burning.
No.
I stepped on it and it went right straight through, like, not the ball, I guess the arch.
Yeah.
Because, dude, it went all the way up in like 2-3 inches, and it was bad. It was bad, dudes. It was bad.
Wait. It wasn't lit, right?
It was lit. That's what burned it so bad, is it went right up. Yeah, it was not good. I didn't step on the spiky part, right?
Yeah.
It landed, and I just stepped on the spark, the
and it fucking burned through your foot.
Yes.
Oh shit! How long out of commission were you? Like, how long before you were able to like run and do anything?
I couldn't. Man, I was 8 years old, so that was only like 20 years ago. But
back in 1937, after the big war,
right,
during the Second War.
But no, I remember, like, they had to give me like that fake skin to like shove up in there, like over it, and I don't know.
They gave you like a skin graft and everything.
Yeah, it was probably like a good week or more. I don't even remember, but 20 years goes by fast, can't remember. And then on top of that, over the weekend here in Michigan, just kind of west of us, they were doing the fireworks over in Breckenridge, Michigan, and a guy that works for the Wolverine fireworks company got his leg blown off by a wild firework they were doing for Breckenridge.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. His whole leg gone.
Blown off.
Yep.
Oh, did you guys see that truck in LA? There was like a truck in LA.
Oh yeah, that bomb squad, or the LAPD truck.
Fuck. What, it explode?
Yeah, it blew up.
It blew the fuck up. And they came out and they were like, we fucked up. Yeah, we know. We should not have done that, guys. Like, we fucked this up. Like, they came out and admitted, like, they did something. So what'd they do?
Like, well,
I guess they confiscated fireworks and they were going to, get rid of them.
And they decided to put them in, like, all of them in a giant truck. Like, they literally just stuffed this truck with, like, fireworks in there.
Yeah.
And it was, like, in the middle of some neighborhood or some shit or street. Mm-hmm. And it just fucking, I don't know what happened. I don't know how it got lit. I don't know.
Something sparked it, obviously, right?
Something sparked it, and that shit blew the whole truck, like, the whole back of the truck out. Like, it was some kind of, like, it was protected in like in the back of a trailer, but it wasn't that big of a trailer. Like, it was, it was almost kind of reminiscent of like the 18-wheeler, but it feels like an 18-wheeler that was also like a van kind of thing. So it was compacted, but the back trailer that was attached to it wasn't that big, and it just fucking exploded.
Boom!
Just exploded, and it was crazy. And they came out, like, again, they were just like, we fucked up. We shouldn't have did that.
Oh, man.
We should have did it separate or something like that. Whatever they did, right? So, but that was them, and then there was another place. I forgot where it was at, but there's another place in the country where something similar like that happened. But I think that it was like it was either like on a beach or something, or they were confiscating it, or somebody did something on accident, and then like it was just going everywhere, and people were just kind of hanging out, like, watching it. That one wasn't as dangerous. The other one, like, could have fucked some people up, right? So yeah.
Wow. Can't believe I didn't even hear about that. That's crazy.
Are your dogs like sensitive to the fireworks? Like, do they freak
Well,
out, and bark,
one's
and stuff?
deaf, and the
That's
other
right.
one, no, he don't care. He's a big teddy bear dope. You know,
It
no,
doesn't
he
bother
don't
him
care.
anything. Yeah, my dog too. My dog, I'm thankful. My dog does not like. She barked a few times, but for the most part, she's not like. I've
Didn't
seen dogs
really
fucking
get
cower
crazy,
and,
cower.
and
Yeah,
Yeah.
freak out and stuff like that. But no, thankfully, my dog's the same way. But I'm glad you guys had a good 4th of July, and you guys have all your extremities except Justin's
Well,
back got
just
blown out
Just
by
a hole on
Oh.
the back.
could be a bruised back. I don't know.
Just missing a part of your spine. Got
Yeah.
knocked out.
No, actually, it's feeling good. It didn't hurt the next day or nothing. Luckily, like it just stung like at the point of it, and then it was kind of just a little bit of pain. But shoot, I think remembering back, by the time we left, like I couldn't even tell you that I got hit. You know, I mean, it was all right.
He's alive, ladies and gentlemen, is what he's saying.
Yes,
Yeah, he's here. That's not a stand-in. It's the real Justin.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
So let's get into it. That was some interesting stories.
The moral of the story is, guys, be very careful with fireworks
And golfing.
and golfing.
Yes,
And yell 4. There.
yes.
Yell 4. Like, that's just a common courtesy.
And on the next hole, Justin like smacked one
Yeah.
onto the 8th hole, like onto the 8th fairway, and had to yell 4.
Yep, I
Oh,
did too.
shit.
I did. Yeah, it was. It was crazy because it was the next hole. There was like a group, like a son and his dad, and I was like, dude, it's going right for him.
he was trying to
man.
get revenge on random strangers.
But we got lucky. Nobody got hit. We're good. Well, besides me, but
We all would have just fell down at that point if you hit him.
yeah, probably.
We all got hit.
Again, that's the goal. Remember, if you ever accidentally hit somebody,
Just
or
follow
if
the
you
ball.
do it on purpose,
Yeah,
just fucking fall down and be like, oh shit, they got you too? Goddamn.
yeah.
Duck for cover. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, Derek. So
man.
what's on the topic of the agenda, man?
I don't know. You mentioned something about some '90s TV shows.
All right. So yes,
were you
90s
even
TV
old enough to
shows.
watch TV back then?
Okay, maybe not some of these shows. I'm not gonna lie. There's some shows on here that I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna
You still
see
in
these and be like,
diapers?
I was still in diapers, never heard of it before, and just want to hear you guys' opinion on it. So,
If
Ep-
Elf ain't on this goddamn list, I'm gonna be pissed.
if what is it?
Elf,
Was that '90s?
86 through 90.
Okay.
Come on, man. You're talking about Alf? You're talking about Alf, the brown alien? The guy came. Yeah. Anyways,
Okay, yeah.
So
let's
what
move
we're
on.
gonna do here, guys, is that I'm gonna name a few '90s TV shows, and I would love to kind of get you guys' opinions on them, and if possibly rank them. Right? Are they in your top 10? Are they not in your top 10? Or is it the number one best show? And if there's any shows that I don't mention, please feel free to come out and tell me what your favorite '90s show was. Now, again, I know these were after your time because you guys were doing other things around this time. But hey, we'll talk about it. Number one, man, this is the one that kind of sticks out to me. This one, like, amongst other ones, like this is one of the shows that, like, for me, it's like automatically I think of the '90s. This is one of the shows that comes to mind. 90210. Did you guys ever watch the show?
No.
Did you guys were just like, no?
I was never gay, so I didn't. I didn't watch that. I'm just
offense.
kidding. I'm just
That's
kidding.
terrible, man.
If people watched it, good for them. But no, I was not a big fan of 90210.
Okay.
Sisters watched it and stuff, and I was like, dude, no. But
You didn't want to be a fan of Luke Perry and him being
Right.
super old in a show that he
Right.
shouldn't have been in.
right.
Everybody was like, 20 years younger than he is.
Well, wasn't
Kinda like
one of
this
the girls
situation.
super old too? The lady actors, one of them, actresses. Because
Possibly.
I know he was older, and then I swear one of the other ones was quite a bit older too. I could be wrong.
I mean, you could be thinking of this other show that's on here, Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. Okay. So I watched Saved by the Bell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
AC
Slater.
is
What's up, Mario Lopez?
Wrecking.
I can't tell you another character on the show. Whoa.
Screech.
Zach,
Screech, yeah.
Lawrence?
I will say, man, I had the biggest crush on, Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Growing up, like,
really?
dude, yeah. I remember seeing her and I was just like, that woman is beautiful. I don't know
See,
why. I had a huge crush when I was a kid. I was like, mine
Mine was Lisa.
Really?
Yes, dude.
Lisa was beautiful too,
I
man.
wanted to marry her, or whatever. But yes, I loved Lisa.
He said, or whatever. We know what that
Yeah.
means, ladies and gentlemen.
or whatever.
Whatever she lets me do.
It's just like, you can hold her hand. At my age, I'm holding her hand. That's what
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I would like to hold her hand. Right?
Just walk next to her.
Wait, next to her. Yeah. But Saved by the Bell, that's, what's the main character? Zach.
Yeah,
was the main
Morris.
character.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was the main character. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Nope.
Dang. Okay, awesome show. I liked it a lot, man. It was a great show. Vampires were in it. Sarah Michelle Gellar was
Sarah
awesome.
Michelle Gellar.
Teenager.
I'll give
I know
you
it was
that.
based off the movie. I remember watching the movie being like, and then watching the show and being like, holy shit, this show is awesome. Of course, you got like a spinoff with Angel. Right? Angel was with David Boreanaz, who now is on Bones, or if Bones is still even airing now, but But yeah, that's some. This is a good one. I hope you guys have seen it. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You used to love it.
Yeah, that was again Will Smith's stardom into television, right?
Yeah.
I think he was I know he was a rapper
Yeah, he
before
rapped.
that,
Yeah.
and then decided to go into the show. And yeah, the show was amazing, right? It had a bunch of different kind of guests that were in the show, whether it was hip hop shows or not hip hop shows, like hip hop artists or even athletes. I remember I watched one and Bo Jackson was in the episode. And he always had the freshest kicks. It was kind of a cool dynamic of seeing this kid that was like grew up in this rough part of Philly.
Mhm.
And
That was right after summertime, right? Like not too long after summertime.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, man.
He was on the Fresh Prince. Okay.
Yeah. And Fresh Prince
Yeah,
again
no, love Fresh Prince, man.
was an
Loved
iconic
it.
show. Came out for a long time. Now, if you guys had to rate it, would you say in the 90s, right? Just 90s era, do you think it's in the top 10, top 5 of yours?
I would say top 10 for sure.
Yeah, at least top 10.
For sure.
Okay. Let's see. This is another one. Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, geez, epic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen every episode of Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Who's the creator? Mike Judd.
Mike Judge. Yeah,
Mike
I think
Judge.
so.
Thank you. Yeah, Mike Judge is one of the creators. Eventually, Hank Hill's character is in some of the episodes, or if not in the episodes, I know for sure in the movie, because I remember watching the movie. I knew the show.
I think it's the same voice. They hit him and the principal. Principal Skinner is the principal, I think. What's the principal's name on Beavis and Butthead?
Oh, I don't remember the
I think
principal's
Skinner,
name.
isn't that the principal on
The Simpsons?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
probably. I don't know. I think I don't even know. But I don't think it was actually Hank Hill.
just the same
so it was like a
voice,
different
right?
voice.
Yeah, same voice.
Because I remember the character popping up in Beavis and Butthead Do America. Like they're in the trailer and they come out and it's like him, but he's older. And Peggy's in there too. Now again, I don't remember the voice, but I remember seeing those characters in like some kind of like, those old like 50s trailer.
Principal
like,
McVicker. Oh,
Principal
Mike Judge voiced him.
Yeah, I think he did a lot of the voices.
Yeah, he did a lot of them.
Yes.
But yeah, no. So Beavis and Butthead, again, he's also creator of King of the Hill, which that's another show. I was going to mention is King of the Hill. Also, kind of started in the 90s. I think it ended in the 2000s or something like that. Did you guys ever watch King of the Hill? We're a fan of it.
Oh yeah, love King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Damn it, Bobby. Sorry, I just had to do that once because it's awesome. Another show that was pretty popular in the 90s, Seinfeld. Were you guys fans of Seinfeld?
I've watched every episode of Seinfeld more than once.
Me too.
I love Seinfeld. I could watch Seinfeld all day, probably.
Me too.
Would you guys say top 5?
I'd say that's my number 190 show.
Yeah.
Ooh, I would say, again, I know I said 90210 is kind of like one of those shows that, like, hey, you think of the 90s, like that's one of the shows. Seinfeld, I would say, definitely falls into that category, right? Even though it had a terrible ending, the ending was just, the season finale.
It seems like a lot of TV shows, the final episode ends up being trash somehow. Like, it's not what everyone wanted.
For sure, right? But it's I don't know. It's because I don't know if it's because
I think maybe it's just hard to come up with the perfect ending. Like,
well, how many seasons was Seinfeld on? That had to have been hard to end that, right? That was on forever, dude.
How many seasons were there? I want to say at least it was 9 seasons.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought it was more, but
I mean, 9 seasons is
it's
pretty
9
long for a
seasons.
sitcom.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Especially a comedic sitcom. You had to
Yeah.
keep it relevant for
Yeah.
all those times and keep
Yeah.
it funny. And it was, right? So like one of my genius writing, right? Like one of my favorite episodes from Seinfeld is, and again, this is one that a lot of people reference, and then maybe I'm like a person that it's just like generic when it comes to like the episode, but it's the masturbation episode.
Oh yeah,
Like
where they make the pact
Yeah, so like it's
or
it's
the bet, not the pact, the bet.
the bet. Yeah. Like they make it like the entire episode is about masturbation, but never once do they like reference it or talk about it. Or I mean, they reference it, but they never mention masturbation
Like specifically.
Yeah, like they never like they did literally an entire episode and never once said, "Yeah, I jacked off," or I
wasn't Kramer the first one to lose? He came in and said, "I'm out," and it was only like a half an hour later.
Yeah. And so I like that's again it's genius writing. That leave it up to Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David, right? Like
Yeah.
it's
Larry
so cool
David is yes.
and yeah, again his show we'll have to eventually probably try to talk about that in the future, but his show on HBO is fantastic. But yeah, no,
Yes.
the Seinfeld episode, that's one of the episodes. And I guess I never really realized that like George worked for Steinbrenner, right? For the Yankees.
For the Yankees.
And
Yeah.
you would see
Well,
him and talk to him.
It's the funniest thing was he was trying to get fired. He's in the parking lot doing donuts and dragging the World Series trophy behind him.
See, I don't remember that episode. So I remember episodes because like I would see the reruns, right? Like I
Yeah.
would stay up late and I would watch reruns. It would come on around 10, and I was always like a night owl. I never was like a kid or teenager that was ever going to bed like early. So I would watch reruns of Seinfeld. So, but there's that one. I never understood the soup Nazi thing. I guess maybe I just didn't watch. Maybe the episodes I watched never like I saw the guy and I know what he looks like, right? Mustache, has the apron, not the apron, but the chef jacket and stuff. So I know that was a thing, but I guess I never got the reference, man. Like people talked about it a lot, and I was just like, I just remember there's a guy he would go in and be like, no soup, and that was it. Like I didn't know like what that was all about, or he would avoid like the place or whatever once in a while. So
yeah.
But I didn't know it too much. I know this is probably Derek's favorite show in the '90s. If you're second place, sorry, behind Seinfeld's Full House. You were a huge Full House fan, or
Nah. I know we watched it because my brother and sister liked it. So I remember watching it, but I was never like, it wasn't like I was like waiting for Full House to come on every week.
Justin's like, don't lie, Derek. You
Brother
watch Full
and
House.
sister,
More-
boys to men,
more-
mister.
More, I would say more like Family Matters than Full House.
Oh, I was gonna get there, right? Like Family Matters is
Yeah,
that.
I definitely watch both of those, Full House and Family Matters, for
So
sure.
for me, I definitely watched Full House. Like that was a show. Uncle Jesse, right?
It was Stephanie for me, but let's keep going.
Okay, I mean, sure, man.
know.
Stephanie, I can't say that I was like had a crush on any of the characters, but I really like Joey's character, right? He was, did all the voices,
Crazy,
was funny,
goofy, yes,
goofy,
yes,
and stuff. Like
Yes.
but Uncle Jesse, right? John Stamos just being cool with the jacket, rocking
riding
out.
the Harley,
Yeah, man. Like I was just like, oh, this is cool. And Bob Saget, like I remember watching Bob Saget and just being like, he was Mr. Rogers to me, right?
Yeah.
Like he was like wholesome, he was great. And then like a few years later, he decided to like, I guess he was always like a comedian, or he was doing comedy, and I saw his
Yeah, he's
comedy,
always did stand up.
and he was just like cursing and saying a bunch of like
Yeah,
effed up stuff, and I was just like,
yeah, he's very raunchy as a comedian.
I
You
was
would
like,
never
oh.
see him as that Family Guy.
dude,
Yeah.
mine was blown. I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, like
Yep.
what is going on here? Like who's this guy? Like he's cursing and saying all these bad things, and just like, yeah, man, it blew my mind the first time. It almost reminded me of Neil Patrick Harris in White Castle.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Right.
Side note with Bob Saget, dude. Have you guys ever seen his daughter? She's like, I don't know, in her 20s, 30s, maybe.
Nah.
You put a fucking wig on Bob Saget with longer hair, and it's her, but it's him, right? I'm telling you, dude, they could be twins if he had long hair.
If he had long hair, okay. No, I have to go. Now I want to go
It's
look
crazy.
for a photo. I'm gonna look
I'm
this up, man.
telling
As soon as
you.
the podcast is over, that's one of the things I'm doing.
I am telling
But yeah,
you.
no, Full House was a good show. Like it was one of those, again, very wholesome. Like it was kind of a mixed family. They're the only female character, like mother, was like Jesse's I forgot her aunt, like Aunt something, right?
Yeah.
But like
Becky.
Jesse's Becky, Aunt Becky, right? So Aunt Becky was hot, even though she went to jail recently for some shit. But we won't talk about that. But anyway, so like she was the only like female character, but I guess I never realized that it was all male characters who was raising these kids, right?
Yeah.
Raising these girls.
Yeah.
So that was kind of an interesting dynamic, and they were in San Francisco, which was was interesting, right? It was on the West Coast, but yeah, it was a good show, man. It was a wholesome show. But Derek already touched on it, but kind of going back on Family Matters, man, that was a great show.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it was.
I don't know if you guys,
Urkel, right?
yeah, I don't know if you guys ever watched like the first season, but he's not in the first season.
Urkel isn't?
Yeah, Steve Urkel is not in the first season. I went
I
back.
guess
and
I don't remember, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
like there's a few
Okay.
characters that they've changed out, right? Like I think they changed out the daughter as well at some point in time. Kind of reminds me of like the Fresh Prince. Whenever they changed out Aunt Viv, right? Like it was one actress and then they changed her out for somebody else. It was just like, oh, she was like this very dark skinned like woman, and then all of a sudden they put in this light skinned woman. And you're like, what is going on? So I think that was kind of the same thing. But like if Urkel wasn't in the first season, he was not in at least a lot of episodes in that first season. And then he came out and did I do that? Like iconic catchphrase.
Yeah.
Right? Like it was so wholesome. He had oh man, my favorite character was Stefan. Whenever he would turn into Stefan, he'd come in all smooth, have like dressed really well, didn't have his suspenders and the pants all the way to his waist and pocket protectors and stuff. And he was just like he was so smooth, and I was just like, oh man, he's so cool. And it was kind of like, oh no, like if you want to be loved, you got to be yourself, man. But again, another like again, as I'm kind of going through this, there's a lot of episodes on here, a lot of shows that have that family dynamic, man. And it was like I think it was like a pretty good era in television when it came to like families and showing that, right? Showing that like dynamic of just like happiness and stuff.
Yeah.
But with that being said, the next show I want to talk about is Married with Children.
Love it. Yep.
That has to be in my top 5. If it's not my favorite show from the 90s, it's my second or third. I got into the show. I probably shouldn't have been watching the show. I honestly didn't get a lot of the references as a kid.
Yeah.
But when I would jokingly, I remember like joking around as a kid in the family and in the living room or in the kitchen or something. I would sit down and I would get my hand and I would put it in my pants and just sit there and act like Al Bundy, right? And I would always get a laugh. Like everybody, like, oh my god, look at this kid being like Al Bundy and stuff, right? And the dog would have a voice and talk, and there was Bud and Christina Applegate just being a bombshell that she was, man, very beautiful. I can't remember how to pronounce her last name, but Katie Seagal, which was Peggy, right?
Yeah.
So, was it Peggy? Was her name Peggy?
Yeah, it was Peggy.
I think so.
It was Peggy, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great show, right? It was always here. It was always funny to hear. Oh, and then Jefferson, just kind of being that like good-looking guy, but was kind of dumb. And yeah, man, it was a great show. It was a great show. Again, maybe
that was another one they changed out though, right?
They did, right?
I mean,
it was,
after the first few seasons,
it was a different guy with a beard.
Yeah.
And then like he left, and I remember he came back. Like he came back to do some episodes, but then he left, and then whatever. But So yeah, Jefferson and they Married with Children, great show. Don't know if it could be made today.
Probably not.
Hey, let's be honest. Like it could not be made today. It was very chauvinistic, right? Like very, some of the jokes were very lowbrow, and it was just like, what was the? Oh man, they had an organization where T-shirts, and it was like the anti-female coalition or something like that. Like it was like it kind of reminds me of like the Little Rascals, the He-Man Women Haters, or something like
He-Man Women Haters Club.
So it was something like that where they came up with like it was like, oh, we don't want women in this organization, it's only men or something like that. So, but yeah, definitely couldn't be made today. Another one too, man. And I swear this. After watching this show, I became a man immediately. Like I went from like being a boy, became a man. Baywatch. Did you guys watch Baywatch? Yes or no?
I did not. No.
I didn't watch it either.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't either. Like I said, I watched a few episodes and saw the girls in the bikinis, and I was like I said, I became a man. I thought David Hasselhoff was cool, especially after watching. I had seen a few episodes of like Knight Rider, and having the talking car kid and stuff, and I was like, man, this show is awesome. I like it a lot. I was like, David Hasselhoff can't lose or can't miss, and he got into that, and I was just like, okay, this is kind of lame. I don't know what's going on, but damn, there's some beautiful women in here. And like I said, I was a little kid and I became a man instantly, right? I grew a full beard, I grew a few inches, and I was just ready. I was ready to pay my taxes at that time. This one I know Derek is gonna boo me on this one, man, but this is one of my favorite shows. It has to be Martin, with Martin Lawrence, man. I know Derek's not a huge Martin Lawrence fan.
Yeah, I never watched
Martin,
Martin.
but Martin was one of my favorite shows growing up, man. It was cool. Like Jerome's in the house, Shanae, brother from the Fifth Flow. Like there was so many different characters in that he played. Like I loved the show growing up. It was just something that I remember me and my family kind of sitting down and kind of watching it together. But cool show, man. They had a bunch of different musical guests as well, kind of similar to that Fresh Prince. Like if you weren't a Martin fan, you were going to be a Fresh Prince fan. I kind of go back and forth between the two, and every time I get a chance, if it ever comes on, man, I watch Martin. Like that was another '90s show that I really like. It's in my top five.
Yeah, I like Martin. Martin was pretty good.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
Justin down with Martin. Yeah, man, it's a good show. But yeah, no, man. So those are just a few. Home Improvement is on here. I know you guys have seen.
Loved
Maybe
it.
heard
Loved
of it
it.
or seen Home Improvement, right? Well, matter of fact, yeah, you two probably seen the show and liked it because where's the show based
Yeah,
out
it was
of?
Detroit. Yeah,
It was in Detroit, man. He was a huge
My
Lions
dad's
fan.
favorite show was Home Improvement.
it was. a
Oh,
good show.
seriously?
Yeah.
That's probably one of the ones in my top 5. I would say. Yeah, it was a good show.
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Yeah.
He always like injure himself on the show, which was kind of like
always
the allure of it, right?
always. Yeah.
And then I remember when his kids, like I've seen, and like his next door neighbor, you never saw his face, right?
right.
Half
Yep.
his face, and then I remember one episode where his kid becomes emo and starts dressing in all black and stuff. So
Oh yeah, yep, love that show. That even had Miss your Baywatch girl in it too. Old Pamela
Oh.
for a few seasons.
yeah, she was like
She was-
the really
Yeah.
hot girl, the beautiful girl that was like assistant in the show and stuff.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, "Hey
Yeah.
Tim," and she'd be like, "Hey Al," and he'd be like, "Oh hey," and Al was always like, he was awkward, but was also a really good ladies man at the same
Right,
time. It was
right.
I don't know. And Tim's over here always obnoxious and stuff, but yeah, good show too, man. I think again another part of that '90s like wholesomeness, right? That whole dynamic family, his kids were older, they went off to college. You got to see them from like babies, man, to like grow up to like become men and go off and do their own things and stuff, man. He was always in the cars and trying to build the cars, and it was a great show.
Car.
Yeah, like it was like it was a hot rod or something he was trying to create and stuff in the garage. But no, man, like that was a very good, wholesome show, man. That I would say it's in my top 10. I would say it's top 10. I used to watch all the reruns and stuff. Just to name a few more, man. That's kind of all the ones that I have. But just one more, Third Rock from the Sun. That was another show that I really liked.
Watched it. It was a good
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt was kind of like his start in his.
Yeah, that's where he
career.
started. He was
Yeah.
a kid.
Yeah,
He was a
John
kid, man.
Lithgow was in there. They had a bunch of really good actors that were in the show, but yeah, just a good show by aliens who came to planet Earth and portrayed humans, and they were just kind of trying to. I think he was a professor at a university or something. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character was like a high school kid or whatever, but
Yeah.
technically in their old world he was supposed to be older in the leader, but in this world because John Lithgow's character was like older on Earth and he had more recognition and stuff, so it was kind of like it was a whole weird dynamic, but it was a cool show, man. It was fun to watch and see those different characters and stuff. But yeah, those are just a few shows from the 90s,
Yeah.
man, that I kind of saw that were probably the most popular. Was there any that I missed?
You
guys
forgot
kinda
your,
remember?
you
I was
forgot
just
your
thinking-
favorite show,
What was my favorite show?
Friends.
Oh shit! I thought
You
I
guys
wrote that
watched-
one down, but I completely
guys-
skipped it because
You guys watch that?
So I wasn't a fan of it, but the only episode I really remember, and there's only one scene from the episode, was when Ross went on the balcony of Monica and Rachel's house, and a cat like jumped on him, and he's out there on the balcony running back and forth with the cat like attacking him in the background while they're like having a conversation in the living room. That's the only thing I remember from Friends.
Man,
Really?
so Friends is funny because like for me it's funny because I've never seen an entire like I haven't seen the entire thing. I've seen bits and parts of episodes.
Yeah.
And I've seen some episodes, so I can tell you certain things as to like what happened or who was who and things of that nature and like where kind of certain things originated from. But I've never been a person and I was never kind of like a fan to be like I have to watch Friends.
Yeah.
I want to watch Friends. Like I
Yep.
remember when it was coming out with new episodes, I was never like Friends wasn't anywhere on my radar in the 90s, and it still kind of isn't on my radar, which is probably blasphemous from some people. There's, if people ever listen to this and they hear me say this and be like, how the fuck could you miss Friends? Like,
Right.
again, it's a good show. I get it. But at the end of the day, I don't know many friends personally that like have slept with all one another, like friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, or like hooked up or did something, you know what I mean? Like dated one
Yeah.
another or whatever. I don't know, man. Like it was always it was a weird show for me. I get it. Like I get the allure. Like it's funny, and there's some parts that are funny and stuff. But no, man, I don't know. I wasn't always big in Friends.
There's another big one that you missed.
Roseanne.
Roseanne. Yeah, Roseanne.
Oh
Roseanne
shit,
Barr was
yeah,
good. John
yeah,
Goodman.
Roseanne.
That's the one I was trying to mention before Friends, but yeah, man, Roseanne, that's got to be one of my top fivers too.
Man, her laugh used to always scare me because they would only like the reruns would only come on at night, and so I would sit there and be like, "What the fuck, man?" But no, Roseanne was a good show, right? John Goodman's character, one
I love
episode,
John Goodman.
Love it.
yeah, like one of
Love
my
it.
favorite episodes that I remember, and it's always stuck with me. And I don't know why. Is like I think David, um, is like beat by his dad or something like that, or he goes to jail, and I think John Goodman's character like goes over there and like tells the dad or something like that, like hey, or he fights him or something like that, and he ends up going to jail. Like he gets arrested at the house, like the police come in and arrest Dan's character because David was like beat or something like that. You guys remember that episode by any chance?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember it.
Yep,
Yeah,
that
so
was
like
the thing.
yeah, so like or something like that, like because he was protecting David because David was the guy that was dating Darlene, and he had a tough home, right? And
He did.
he had a tough home life, or he was being beat or something like that. So like he took him,
Yes.
or like and Dan protected him, they had a lot of love for him, right? Even when him and Darlene broke up, like he would still
Right.
come around, and
Well, I
everything
think he
like
still
that.
lived there,
Yeah,
even after they had broken up and whatnot, and then because they were always getting back together, breaking up, but
yeah.
they let him live there for quite some time.
I think she was breaking up with him most of the
Oh,
time,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was like so soft and quiet, which is so
Yes.
it's so funny to see them because like I remember that, and like I've watched like every episode of The Big Bang Theory and seeing so many of those characters that were like from Roseanne, like on The Big Bang Theory now. It's always weird to see, man, because like I think his
is.
name is like John Galecki or something, which is Leonard in Big Bang Theory. Sheldon's mom was the aunt in Roseanne.
Oh yeah.
And then Darlene, she was like somebody that Leonard hooked up with in the show. So it was weird to kind of see like them in the show and be like, holy shit, like you're here and stuff. But Roseanne was a good show, man. I can't believe I forgot about that one. But yeah, Roseanne was a solid show, and again, it was on television for a long time, man. Again, another show where you got to see the kids like grow up.
Oh, yeah,
from,
for sure.
from
For
children to
sure.
like become adults, right? So,
Yeah.
but what's another episode or another show, Derek, that you're about to mention?
Boy Meets World.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Topanga.
shit,
Topanga.
yeah.
Topanga. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Loved it.
Yeah,
That was
Wonder
one
that
Years.
show. Yeah,
Wonder Years too, right, guys? What?
Yeah, I think that was that
Wasn't
was that was like for 3 years in the 90s.
Oh, okay. All right. But yeah, both great.
Boy
shows.
Meets World, man. I didn't watch the show too much. I know the characters, and I think I've seen a few episodes. I know some people that are like fans. Like
Yeah.
I have friends, like close friends, that are huge fans of Boy Meets World. Again, not so much me. I guess I don't know. I don't know why I didn't get into it. Maybe I was into other shows or something like that. But I know it's a good show. I know
Drake
it's a
and
good show.
Josh, or
What about the
Check it out.
X-Files?
Fuck
oh
me.
yeah,
Fuck
Oh,
me,
yeah.
Derek with the win, man,
Yes.
coming in. Another
X-Files
show.
is definitely my top 5.
yes sir.
It has to
Yes,
be in my
sir.
top 5. I have to go back and rewatch it. I remember watching a bunch of episodes, but that was another show that would come on at midnight
Yeah.
Central Time, and the theme music scared the shit out of me, man. So I would always be fucking scared, and I would like turn it off, or that and Mash. Mash would always come on and fucking late at night for some reason. I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah. Until I always knew the song scared me, like a Mash, right? The theme song for Mash always scared me. I didn't know why. Like it was just eerie. And then, have you ever heard the lyrics to the theme song for Mash?
No, I didn't know there was lyrics.
There's lyrics, man, and the lyrics are like, it's like, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Well, it's the lyrics are "Suicide is painless."
What?
Yeah, dude. Like, if you ever get a chance, like, listen to the lyrics or go read the lyrics or something like that. But he's talking about suicide,
Huh.
and I always knew why it's, like the fucking theme song scared me. That's one of the reasons why it scared me, is because it was about suicide. But besides the point, X-Files. Yeah, the theme song scared me, but yeah, Mulder and Scully, dude. Oh my god,
Yeah.
Oh my god,
X-Files
awesome
was
show.
good.
Holy
And
shit,
even
it was.
like what the limited run that they brought back a few years ago was good too.
Mhm. They had a few movies and stuff.
Yeah.
I got to go back, man. I think it's on one of the streaming platforms. I have to go back and rewatch all the episodes of X Files, man, because it is fantastic. Such great writing, cool characters. Love the investigative aspect of it, man. I know it ends a little weird, like the
Yeah.
series ends a little weird or something like that, but overall, dude, it's oh my god, it's fantastic.
Another one of your favorites that you forgot, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh well, it's on the list. It was on the list. You probably can't see it, but I will say
You had it circled twice.
listen, man, I was a fan. I don't know why. I guess maybe it was the talking cat. I was young at the time.
The talking cat was what I like. Oh, what was his name? What was the cat's name on there?
Was it Sebastian?
Winston or something.
I'm gonna have to look
Wasn't
it
it
up.
Winston? Or
It had to
something?
be Sebastian or something like that. Or I don't know. I fucking like you said. It's
Can
a
you
weird
guys-
name like that.
Can you guys remember the show that she was in before that show on Nickelodeon?
Who? Melissa Joan Hart?
Yeah, it was called Melissa something, and I used to watch that show. Never watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch too much, but she was in. It was like her own show on Nickelodeon. Man, I'm gonna find her right now for us here, boys. But
I think the cat's name was Salem.
Salem,
Yep.
Winston Salem. I was in the area.
Close enough.
Close.
Close enough.
You know.
But yeah, no. So Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Again, I watched it because of the cat. I thought it was a cool concept, cool idea, being able to have like witch powers and stuff. But yeah, no, I watched it, man. I was again. It was around.
Okay.
It was. I was in the age and stuff that I was watching it. So
It was called Clarissa Explains It All.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember Clarissa.
Okay. All right. But yeah, I used to watch that show.
another show that I watched that I didn't mention. I don't know if you guys had watched it. Xena, Warrior Princess.
I
was never
watched
into
it. I guess not a huge fan, but I have.
loved it.
I watched
I loved
it.
it. Yeah, her, and then Kevin Sorbo as Hercules.
Right.
I watched both those shows, man. They were intense. It was a kick-ass show, man. If you're into that kind of stuff, that mythology, it was a kick-ass show, dude. I love both of those.
Oh, what about the nanny? Fran Drescher.
I watched The Nanny too. I don't know why. I don't know how I came across the show, but I would watch it too. I don't remember too many episodes. I don't remember the storyline in some episodes and stuff. But the Nanny was a good show. Like I liked it. Again, another wholesome show. You know, she had this high pitched, like nasally voice.
Oh
that
my
was,
god! Yeah,
that was annoying, but was also just kind of fitting for her character. And
it's like nails on chalkboard.
Yeah. Never watched it back in the day, but I've seen reruns of it all over. Not a bad show, but yeah, the voice does get a little annoying after a while.
But The Nanny was another one too. Again, I didn't write it down. Another good show that I really liked and I watched quite a bit was the Wayans Brothers.
Yeah, I remember the Wayans Brothers.
Yeah, Wayans Brothers was a good show. They had the Marlon and what's his name? Sean and Marlon Wayans.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the Wayans family though. But that was another one. Was In Living Color in the 90s as well?
80s, 90s, I
I
think.
think so.
Loved it.
A lot of people got their start there too. Jim Carrey,
Yeah.
Jennifer
Yeah.
Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez, man.
That is yeah.
What about dinosaurs?
Oh no way. Yes, loved it.
Dude. Okay, so I
Loved-
think I like.
I'm the baby, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that what it was?
yeah, the little
Or
baby,
not
not
the
the
baby.
mama, and he would hit
Oh, not the mom.
and he would hit
Okay.
the dad on the head with the frying pan.
Yes.
Didn't he wear like a flannel shirt or some shit?
Yeah, he always wore a flannel
Yeah,
shirt.
the dad.
Yeah.
There's a number. Remember when I was talking about Rap God being set to Rick and Morty, or Rick and Morty being set to?
You're the episode where you like
So-
how you got introduced to it, right?
So there's someone did Notorious B.I.G. and it was the dad singing it from Dinosaurs.
No way.
That'd be good.
yeah,
That'd be
I could
good.
go back and watch Dinosaurs. Do you guys know what it was about?
Just-
or vaguely remember? I just remember
Like
Dinosaurs
the son was like a teenage son that was in high school, and then a daughter, and then the baby.
Yeah, they just
It's like a
living their life,
family,
their
but they were
family.
dinosaurs.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And he worked at like the Boulder Company, right, or something.
Yeah.
Oh man, great stuff. She was a homemaker. Beautiful. She was beautiful. It was great. It was great. Wasn't the son like a punk kind of, or was he more like a
I think he was a jock. I think
a jock?
yeah.
Yes. Yes, you're right. Great show though. Man, that show was great.
Yeah, it was. They did Hypnotize, and it was the dad from Dinosaur singing Hypnotize. So if you get a chance,
Was that on the YouTube?
on the YouTubes, yeah, if you
All
get a chance,
right.
look up the old YouTubes.
Right over the interwebs.
What else? There was some other shows that. I mean, there's a ton of animated stuff, of course, that came out back then.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, there's a bunch of animated stuff that I know that I was a huge fan of. So, like, I think we talked about a little bit Batman the Animated Series, Power Rangers. I remember watching the first episode of the Power Rangers, dude. I was a huge fan.
My brother loved the Power Rangers, but I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't.
Yeah, dude.
So annoying to me for some reason. And we mentioned it before when we were talking about Superpower Beatdown. Remember that YouTube channel I was talking about?
Mhm.
And the White Ranger fights Scorpion, and I was disappointed in the ending of that.
Oh.
I don't know if you ever got a chance to see it.
No, I still haven't watched it, man. I need to go watch that. Yeah, no, so Power
Living
Rangers
Color
Future-
was 90 to 94.
Oh shit, okay.
And that was one of the Wayans brothers was in that too.
Yep.
Tommy
think he was-
Davidson, David Allen Greer. A lot of people got their start in that show too.
Shit, dude, both of those guys are hilarious. I vividly remember David Allen Greer in Jumanji. I don't know if you guys remember the movie Jumanji. He's in it. He's a police officer who's like
The original one?
The first one.
Yeah,
Oh,
first
yeah,
one.
Yep.
Robin Williams. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in there. He's the officer, and he's just like he's hilarious in it, man.
Yeah. There was
But yeah, Futurama, Daria is another one, right?
Yeah.
That's definitely Dilbert,
Doug.
Doug. Yeah,
Doug. Probably the Rugrats too was in there somewhere.
Rugrats.
in the 90s.
Rugrats.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which again, a lot
Ren
of
and
these shows.
Stimpy? Was Ren and Stimpy there?
Yeah,
Stimpy,
Ren and Stimpy.
yeah.
I love Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, they changed the game for sure.
That was kind of like whenever they were making it like it was pushing the envelope. A lot of
For
those,
sure,
lot of
yeah.
that stuff was like pushing the envelope. I would say that if it wasn't for this may be a little controversial here, but I would say that if it wasn't for Ren and Stimpy, we wouldn't have had like SpongeBob if it wasn't for that. Like I feel like there's like although completely different, right? Like in the way that it presented itself, I feel like a lot of influence from SpongeBob. If you guys have ever seen SpongeBob before, right? Maybe an episode or two, but like I feel like a lot of what Ren and Stimpy could have been eventually turned into what like SpongeBob became.
Yeah. Well, I mean, The Simpsons was big during the 90s.
Yeah, that's too.
And-
That was again one of my favorites. Still to this day, is one of my favorite shows of all time. Right? It's in my top 5. If it's in that era, man, shit, I might make that number 1. But you know, I feel like it's in its own category. It's in the category of its own kind of.
Yeah.
Because again, we were talking about it last episode when it was just like Simpsons did it. Like, yeah, they really did. Like, they got on the game before everybody and did everything before everybody else. Kind of,
Yeah.
you know, stuff. And that's why they're always joking about them predicting shit.
Well, Family Guy started in the 90s too. Last year of the 90s, but it got its start in the 90s.
99, yeah. Which is great because again, I think it also had a huge influence on so many other like shows and everything too. So.
Sopranos first season was in 99 also.
Oh shit, Derek! Here we go. Here we go.
So technically, it's from the 90s. What about Keenan and Kel?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
loved it.
what is
What
it?
was,
What
the,
is
what
it?
was the burger joint they worked at again?
Good Burger.
Good Burger.
Good Burger.
Good Burger.
Yes.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger.
May I take your order?
Take your order. But so many shows, right? So I appreciate you guys, you know, definitely chiming in, right? I'm sure we probably missed a few here or there, and there's more that we could definitely cover. But another thing I kind of wanted to jump into before we kind of wrap things up here is music albums, right? I know we kind of discussed it before we started the podcast, but are there any music albums, or what was the first music album that you guys listened to right? That you remember listening to
So-
or purchasing. Because I remember the very first album I ever listened to. I remember the first song that I remember like, holy shit, like this is the genre of music that I'm going to listen to for the rest of my life, and I want to listen to it, right? So, Derek, why don't you start us off?
So I can't remember like the first cassette I ever had.
Mhm.
And that's where I started was with cassettes.
Of
I know I
course.
had Guns N' Roses.
8-track cassette, right?
yeah, I carried a whole big ass thing around with me.
Shit.
my Sony Walkman.
Right.
But yeah, I had Guns N' Roses. Um, I had some Bon Jovi, Metallica. But so my first CD I ever bought though was Boyz II Men, the 2 album. The first CD I ever bought when I got a CD player.
Boys to Men number 2.
Oh man, I got you beat, Derek, and both of you guys are.
Oh boy.
Yeah, mine's
Joseph,
even
let
worse.
it go. Let it go.
I got- so-
Backstreet Boys. No, boy. What is it? New Kids on the Block.
No. So this is gonna do me. I'm gonna tell you one because I bought them in a package. Because I don't know if you guys remember, you could get like magazines and you could order CDs from the magazines.
So it's like
Wow.
Columbia House or whatever. 90
Yeah.
penny for
Yeah.
100 CDs or something like that. Penny
Or
for-
something like that, right? And I remember like you could order CDs from that, right? And so so I was a preteen, right? So I'll tell you the story. Well, let me backtrack here a little bit, right? Let me tell you the first like I remember the first record or the first like cassette tape that I listened to from beginning to end, and I remember hearing the song and it just blew my mind. I had listened to a bunch of different kind of music growing up, like being Hispanic. Like my mom played a lot of Spanish music. We really didn't listen to like English music. If we did, it was with my sister, and she would play like some R&B. So she'd play like the Fugees, Ready or Not, or Killing Me Softly, and she'd play some other R&B songs like some Usher and stuff. So like that was kind of like our like English music that we would listen to. Well, she was dating this guy, man. Shout out to Tony. Whatever you at, Tony. I hope you're doing well, man. He's a cool guy. He
Tone.
was always really nice to me and my brother and my family and stuff like that. Cool guy. Obviously, they broke up. It didn't work out, but he was a cool guy. And he listened to a lot of hip hop. And I remember being in the car. He had this giant like Cadillac or Lincoln or something, right? And I was sitting in the back seat. And he was driving in the front, and he put in this cassette, and we were listening to it. And it's "Guilty Conscience" by Dr. Dre and Eminem, right? I don't know if you guys have ever heard the song, but it's kind of a story. It has like a story to it, or it's like a 3-part story of just different scenarios of like them playing different characters. And it's this character, or it's like this character, like it was like in the first verse, it's one character, verse 2 is a different character, verse 3 is a different character. But Dr. Dre is kind of like your angel, and Eminem is the devil, and they're kind of trying to guide this person to make the right
That was
decision.
on-
or the worst.
Yeah, that was on Eminem's first CD.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? So I
Yep.
remember listening to it and be like, holy shit. So I asked him, I was like, hey, can I borrow this cassette? I want to listen to it. And I remember that was the first album that I listened to from beginning to end.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So the first Slim Shady album.
Yeah, it was the first Slim Shady album was what I heard. I remember listening to it from beginning to end, right? And I was just like, holy shit, this is awesome. This is dope. Like, it blew my mind, right?
Because the main song on that disc, right, was "My Name Is." That's
My
what his
Name Is-
first
Yep.
his first song. Yeah,
Yep, exactly, man. Again, great album. Like, if you guys are Eminem fans, like, always start at the beginning. That's a great album. It's fucking crazy. It's nuts. That's I think he has an EP where he kind of produced and made on his own, and then Dr. Dre got his hands on it and just kind of changed it up a little bit, produced it, man. It was amazing, right? So that was the first album that I listened to from beginning to end. I was always a fan of Tupac. Like, I did listen to Tupac, did listen to Biggie and stuff, but like, that was the first cassette that I got my hands on that I was able to listen to. But the first CDs that I bought, right? Holy shit. I'm going to say one of them, you guys are going to judge me, but the other one that I bought too, it's kind of maybe balance each other out. I hope so, at least. The first, I remember like I was like in middle school, or not middle school, I was like in 5th or 6th grade or something like that. And I was like trying to impress like girls because like they were really into like all these different kind of music, right? And they were into popular boy bands, right? Where were the popular boy bands that were out there right at that time?
Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. So I bought the NSYNC CD because I was just like, oh, if I like the kind of music they like, maybe we can talk about music or something like that. So I bought an NSYNC
I
album.
thought it was going to be 98 Degrees.
Oh, so close, but it was NSYNC. Now, The other CD that I bought with it was Kid Rock's "Devil Without a Cause."
Love it. Love it.
Fuck,
Love
man,
it.
it's great. I remember.
That whole CD, though.
Opposite ends of the
Joseph.
spectrum.
Joseph, that whole CD, though, tell me.
Holy shit! I ain't straight out of Compton. I'm straight out of trailer.
Yeah,
Cuss
dude.
like a sailor, drink
Yes.
like a mig. Oh man, I could keep
Yes.
going, right?
Love it.
Oh my god! So like, it's fucking awesome, beginning to end, right? He's
Yes.
right in the backwoods from you guys, right?
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
Right.
from Michigan, from Detroit, like
Yeah.
oh man. So, I think he was signed to Def Jam at the time, or he was on Def Jam at some point in time, and then joined a different record company. But anyways, I think I listened to like maybe 1 or 2 songs of this NSYNC album, and I was like, man, this is trash. My sister made fun of me for it. She's like, come on, bro, like what the hell are you
Right.
listening
What are
to?
you doing?
I think I
Yeah.
listened to like 2-3 songs. And then I put in that "Devil Without a Cause," and I don't think I ever listened
Rocked
to
it.
that. I don't think yeah,
Rocked
I
it.
don't think I let ball with the ball, the bang, the dang, diggy,
Right,
diggy, diggy,
right.
says the boogie says up, drop the book. Oh man, like every single
Cowboy
song.
still one of my favorite songs of all time from him, man.
Yeah, it's a song, or it's an album that you can listen to from beginning to end, and it's amazing.
Yes, it is.
Like, there might be like a song or two you could skip, but besides that, man, like every song is a hit on there, right? Like "Want to Be a Cowboy," like oh man, like
Black chick, white guy.
oh, Black Chick White Guy, man.
You know?
It's just he was down.
He was.
Kid Rock was down, man.
He
It was a
was,
rock
dude.
album. It was a hip hop album.
Yeah.
It was
It
a
was-
country album. Like it was
Yeah.
it was a whole mix of just he was trying to find his voice. Now he kind of found it, right? He does stuff a little bit different, but still, like that album was great. It's
was.
in it's in my top 10. I will say it's in my top 10, man. It's fucking awesome. Like man, like it's just crazy. Like Joe C comes on at the end of that one song.
Yeah, dude.
Right? I think it's called
yeah,
Devil Without Cause. He's
yeah,
like,
Joe C.
He's like, I'm 4'9" with a foot dick. Like
Yeah,
what? Like
yeah.
oh man. Like,
Yeah, he does it.
so yeah, man. Those are the two those are the 2 CDs that I bought. Like I bought them together because it was like you could buy. I was just trying to because I think you had to buy 5. It was like 5 for 20 or something, man. It was
Whatever, yeah.
And I remember just sending my money. I raised up money or found some money around the house, put it in an envelope, send it off. Did not think I was gonna get shit. Next thing you know, I get like a fucking pack of CDs, and it was those 2 that I got. And I was just like, it's on like Donkey Kong. I listened to NSYNC album. Like I said, I probably listened to 2-3 songs and was like, man,
we're
this
gonna
is
balance
fucking
you out.
trash.
We're gonna watch that. I'm,
Yeah. I
was
I'm
like-
proud of you.
But that Devil Without a Cause, man, was fucking awesome. I was
Yeah.
in 5th grade. I remember like getting my hair cut by my barber, and she was just like, "You bought that album and you're listening to it? I don't think you should be listening to that." And I was like, "But she goes like, but it's cool that you are." And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I was like,
Yeah,
"Fuck
it
yeah!"
is.
I was like, "Hell yeah,
You're
man!"
damn
So,
right it is, lady.
yeah, but Devil Without a Cause, man, that was his dope album.
Nice.
Justin, hit us with it, man. Please tell me you got that New Kids on the Block. You got that Britney Spears,
So
Christina
Brittany,
Aguilera, Genie in a Bottle.
Man, I'm telling you, Genie Bottle, man, I like Christina actually. I didn't go out and buy the CD, but I'm super proud of Joseph right now with that Kid Rock tip, though. I'm set back, dude. I'm so
Yeah.
happy right
You're
now.
gonna get off this podcast and you're gonna
Dude.
go put it on.
I think I'm gonna go jam it on the way up to the
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Next time you go to work or wherever you're going, man, put on Devil Without a Cause.
dude.
Just let it play, and
Right
you're gonna be
on.
just jamming from beginning to end. Man.
Right on, man. So I'm a little bit, man, and I'm not even as old as Derek though. He's like an ancient guy. All right, but this is gonna make me feel real old. So my first cassette was actually Earth AD by the Misfits.
Ooh.
That was
wow.
a cassette tape
yeah.
Yeah.
that I used to jam in my '78 bright orange Ford Pinto that I put an Iowa cassette tape player in.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. And then my first CD that I guess one of my first CDs, I guess, is kind of going back, just 10 years or so, let's say, was Dookie. by
Oh
Green Day.
yeah. Oh yeah. We wore that CD out.
And that was probably close to one of the first, full albums that I
Yeah.
would play straight through. I could listen to every
Yeah.
one
I
of
think-
those songs.
I
and
think
just-
that was our soundtrack for high school.
I think what, yeah, dude. So that, yeah, Dookie was probably
Green Day, man. Yeah.
one of my favorites of all time. And there was the Metallicas in there. I love Metallica. The Enter Sandmans. Back in the mid '80s, I guess, late '80s. But yeah, it would have been Dookie. Would have been the full one for me.
Good choice. Good choices, man. Even with Boyz II Men, I've still supported Derek. Hell yeah, man. Justin can hate, man, but Boyz II Men, they are a jam. Like they got good music, man. So
I'm not hating. I just don't think I would tell public that.
I think I was like had the same train of thought as Joseph did with buying NSYNC. Like if you listen to something
If
like
you
that,
could
the
jam
girls,
out.
the ladies listen to
Okay.
it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
tap them up, be like,
All right.
hey, I listen to this music. Do
All
you
right,
listen to it too?
We'll go with it. We'll go with that. We're gonna go with that. No, everybody though, good tunes. Derek, no, just kidding with the Guns N' Roses. You know, you redeemed yourself a little bit there. You know,
You guys were saying, man, yeah, and I remember listening to like, and I think I had that out, man. Yeah, I think I had that Devil Without a Cause album for like a while, like that CD for a while. I took care of
Great.
it, had it in a case, took it to school. Everybody was talking about it at school. I remember there was one of my friends who was dating this girl, and she like bought the CD for him, like as like a birthday gift or something like that. He and I were like talking about the songs, rapping with him. Like it was awesome. I remember we had like little school dances, and we asked them to play some of the music. I remember they played like some of it, and they were like, "Holy shit, we shouldn't be playing this," and like took it off, man. So,
well,
we almost
Joseph,
got away with it.
now that your guilty conscience there song,
Mhm.
you know, going back to that, you have to go back, and I'm sure you've heard some of the songs off from the CD or
Mhm.
the album, but one of the greatest and probably one of my third, fourth, fifth CDs that I would listen all the way through and love it was The Chronic. Dr. Dre's The Chronic.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, absolutely, dude. That's a classic. Like,
Right?
fucking love that. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah.
What is this? What's this, the song or the album starts with Dr. Dre and like Snoop Dogg. I think it's just Snoop Dogg. Just like, oh, it's just like, hey, I just want to say, fuck. He's like, this is Welcome to Death Row. Fuck Easy E.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I
put a
think so.
dick in your
I think
mouth.
so. Yep.
My balls on your chin. Like
Yep.
just fucking like a great, just like, hey, fuck you. We were with you. Now we're against you.
Yep.
You can eat a
Yep.
dick with it, right? So,
$35 sack pyramid was on that.
oh
God
shit.
damn it. And fucking swap meet.
Oh my god.
Oh jeez, dude, that was the whole thing was just great.
Creeping
skits,
right around the street
the
on
songs,
D's.
yeah.
Oh man. Got
Love
my
it.
Glock cocked. Oh man, it's just it's a great
Yeah.
album. Like the Chronic was, yeah, it's fantastic, man. It's again Dr. Dre at his best. Then you got 2001 Dr. Dre, which is awesome.
Oh man,
Oh yeah.
come on.
Which I always forget this, man. And like I've known this, somebody told me this, but like Still Dre, the song Still Dre was written by Jay-Z.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
I'm
like
gonna be honest. I did not know that either.
Yeah, I didn't know.
oh, you didn't? All right, yeah.
No,
So
I
I've
didn't.
known this. Like somebody's told me, but the song Still Dre, right? Which is like,
See that whole album, guys. I could listen to that whole album.
Mhm.
Chronic 2001
oh man,
Yeah.
some hits. There's some hits on it from beginning to end.
for sure, man.
Cool. Well, it's always good to go down memory lane.
Oh, it was. It was.
Probably got to wrap this up. So I just want to say, Derek, if you want to do your thing, man, go ahead and sign us off here.
Uh-oh.
Did he
Uh-oh.
just freeze?
Yes.
I totally lost you guys.
Oh, that's
Uh-oh.
weird. What happened?
He's gone. He
I
gone.
don't know if you can.
oh,
yeah,
he
it
is
says
gone.
you guys are
All right,
offline,
well,
so
Thank you, everybody, for joining
I guess
this
I'll just,
podcast and
in this
being a part of
myself.
it.
I just
wanna-
lost everybody.
Yeah,
but
you really
we
got
wanna
kicked
thank
out, and
everyone
we're
for
still
listening,
recording. All right,
um,
this is fantastic.
and we're real happy that everyone was
Thank-
here
thank
and
you,
everyone joined us
everybody,
again for another week.
for being a part of the
Um,
podcast today and listening.
And,
as always, he's
we
out
hope
there.
that
I'm gonna still
you'll
be
be
searching
back
for
next
him.
week for the next
Wherever that
episode.
may be,
and,
or however
we hope
way I
everyone
may
has a good
be able to do
weekend.
that.
Stay safe,
Uh,
and
Justin,
we'll
what
see
you
you
got
guys
for us,
later.
man?
Thank you.
Just want to thank everybody for listening. Joseph, thanks for coming in hot with the with the end here since we lost Derek.
Yeah.
Good job there. Hope everybody has a good weekend. We'll see you guys next time.